This is part of our Medicine People Rising series, where we're helping our medicine people, our facilitators, our healers, our guides, teachers, come back into a more indigenous and ancestral frame of reference. And in this series, we're specifically addressing what's known as the dark night or the long night of soul. And it is a very intense time when many medicine people are struggling right now. It's a time when there's a sense of deterioration of self, the deterioration of our entire life. Radical changes and shifts are occurring. And for many people, they feel there is a sense of stepping backwards, of regression. And so there's often a sense of feeling shame in this colonized mind. This colonized mind gives us a sense that, well, we must be a fraud because the gifts that I have accumulated just don't seem to be working here, and I have no sense of direction. My identity is just crumbling. Now, from an indigenous and ancestral perspective, we find that they had an intimate knowledge of the dark descent, and that these times were not only anticipated, they were expected. And they understand intimately the stages of the descent, what to lean into, what to expand beyond, and what are the parameters that are inviting you to come close in with. And in that, you discover how to stalk the questions you haven't yet thought to ask that have a way of opening you up to new direction, giving new clarity, and with that, a new sense of power with what you are being invited to be initiated into. See, they understood that these aren't dark times. These are initiatory times. You are on mythic ground, that you are now shedding the skin of an old life, shedding the skin of an old sense of self, an old parameter with how we are meant to be in the world. And you're being invited to break and crumble this down, dissolve it, so that you can now bloom into deeper layers of self and come into direct contact with this hidden medicine inside you, which you hadn't quite worn the tread off your boots enough yet to access. What we are doing here, this isn't a course or a program. More, it's an old world way of gathering around the virtual fireside, or through storytelling and ritual, through soulful dialogue. We offer up these indigenous and ancestral perspectives that come directly from indigenous elders and these ancestral processes of like rites of passage, initiation. And it gives you the opportunity to know what stage of the descent you are in, recognizing you come down, but you're also going to expand out. Are you going to harvest the medicine and gifts? Or are you going to get trapped like many of our medicine people in this reoccurring descent? See, they say the hour is now late for us humans. Many of us aren't going to make it. Many of us aren't making it now. Nearly 150 people took their own life today. Over 2,000 people try it every single day. And many of those are our medicine people. Because when we descend, we really descend. Because we're trying to be broken open to the gifts. But because we don't have this village culture, this indigenous and ancestral frame, we don't have a point of reference. And because of the colonized mind thinking we're always supposed to be expanding, we actually get in our own way of accessing the depths. It's saying that grow downward, grow inward. Through the descent is where our hidden gifts really are. And it's an intense journey. But when you have these frames of references and you have this old knowledge, suddenly you have greater power with to navigate and bloom into a greater radiance of life than you were able to experience before. So please reach out, connect with me, with Tree of Totems, be a part of our circles while you navigate your own path. You will have the fireside you can come back into, access these stories and this hidden knowledge to navigate your own terrain. Okay. I am Chivi Tokoa of Tree of Totems. I hope to join you fireside.